And we are live, and welcome everyone to episode number 55. Hello, Erica Campbell.
Hello, Tim. What a day. What a day. Who's had a great Thanksgiving?
Yes, let us know. How is your Thanksgiving? Let us know. And we recognize that for some of you, Thanksgiving is a challenging day. So sending you love if that's the situation as well.
Or if that's the situation, you get this.
Yes, you get a screaming goat. And hopefully Erica will be back momentarily. And there she is. It's just going to be one of those days. Welcome back, Erica.
What is happening? What is happening?
It's just going to be one of those days. And so like I was saying, welcome to episode number 55 of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. This show is created as a safe space and sometimes unpredictable space where cancer patients, survivors, and supporters come together to share their stories and connect, as well as find resources that provide healing, hope, and resilience. And sometimes we just have some screaming goat moments. I am Tim Sohn, a 15-year cancer survivor, host of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, and the founder of Sohn Social Media Solutions. Over to you, Erica.
All right. I am Erica Campbell. I am a 4-year breast cancer survivor. I am also a leader of a nonprofit that serves kids with cancer and their families. I am a longtime cancer volunteer, and unfortunately, I'm also a cancer orphan after losing my mother to a long breast cancer battle many years ago. So, Tim, I think we're going to get to this question later, but my one word perspective on cancer for today is going to be unpredictable. So you said that. And
you're just starting it. You're just getting that out of the way right at the beginning.
I'm just getting it out of the way because I feel like that's where we're going today. And we are so excited that you are here. And please, please, please join us in creating community. It is what we are all about. So in the chat, please tell us your name, where you're from, and what is your connection to cancer. And if you're feeling extra amounts of gratitude today, also say hello to somebody in the chat, whether somebody you know or somebody you don't know, because that is where the magic happens. Welcome, everyone, and happy post-Thanksgiving.
Yes, definitely. Before we bring our guest on, we want to remind everyone that the next in-person Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer event is going to be September 30th, 2023, which I know sounds really far away, but it's only 300 and something days away. And I'm sure Erica will be showing up again. Erica, this is quite appropriate. You keep showing up. Except now I can't hear you. And now you're frozen. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe try coming back again. I can't hear you. Yes, I don't know what's going on today. Oh, here we go. Here, we'll try again. Erica, can you hear me? Can you try talking?
It is like major snowing outside my window here in Minneapolis, and I do wonder if it is affecting my Wi-Fi or something.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
But Erica, do you want to tell everybody who our guest is for this week's show?
Yes, we're going to get on track, Tim.
We are.
Today is the one and only Brian O'Sullivan. He is a mantle cell lymphoma survivor.
Yes, exactly. Welcome back. I can't hear you, Erica. Erica, this is not working. Maybe try restarting your computer. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe try coming back. I don't know. But thank you, all of you that are here. We appreciate all of you. Mary Hopkins is here, and Mark Kageyama is here, and Mariella is here. Mary says she has triple negative breast cancer. She's in Fairfax, Virginia. Mariella says on LinkedIn, there are shenanigans. It keeps looping and freezing. Mark is here. He says, hello, Mariella. Stefan says, BFAM and Erica, some serious audio issues taking place. Paging the screaming goats. Oh, no. Mary says no sound. Mary, when you said no sound, is that just from Erica or from me as well? Joe is tuning in from Denver. He says, Joe here, a caregiver to my cancer warrior wife, Anna. Thank you for being here, Joe. Stefan says, BFAM is definitely on Erica's end. Your audio is clear as can be. Okay, I don't know. Hopefully Erica will come back shortly. She said it's snowing where she is. Angela says she doesn't hear anyone at all. I don't know what is going on today. Angela's going to log out and jump back in. Guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the YouTube link and send you the YouTube link. Hopefully that's working better. Brian, I'm going to bring you on shortly. But Brian, can you flip your phone upside down? Because you're upside down right now. Thank you. Yeah, now you're sideways. You're almost there. Almost. Yes. Yes. Thank you, everyone, for being here. So Brian is a mantle cell lymphoma thriver. He was diagnosed in 2021. And today we're going to have a conversation with Brian about his connection to cancer as a thriver, as well as his perspectives on cancer. But Brian, you're still upside down. This is definitely a screaming goat day. Dawn said she had no sound and had to join from the email link and not LinkedIn. The email link. What email link? Dawn, what email link are you talking about? Okay, Brian, now you're sideways. This is quite, I'm just gonna bring you on, Brian. I don't know. Hello, Brian, you're upside down. Oh, and I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Did you turn the Bluetooth off? Hi, Erica.
Tim, there's this saying in my business in the nonprofit world where we say, if I had a dime for every time the technical stuff doesn't work, we could fund millions and millions of research and support for families. So this is one of those times where, yep, this is it.
Yes, definitely. But we can hear you, Erica, now.
Great.
Brian, I can't hear you anymore, though. And you're really squished sideways.
Yeah. So those of you who may not know Tim and I, Tim sent me this present, which is a goat. It's an electronic goat that screams. And I didn't know it when I first arrived. And now this is what I'm doing with it. You can hear this. Just amazing. So that's what I'm feeling today. Let's go to the chat, Tim.
Yes. Yeah, let's go to the chat. Oh, hi, Brian. I still can't hear you though. Okay, I guess he'll be back. Yeah, let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat again. Thank you everyone for being here. We so appreciate you bearing with us. It took a while for us to get everything going, and yeah. So Risa, I guess it's Risa, says so glad to be here. Definitely not what she expected. It's not what we expected also. It is Jennifer says too funny. Yes. Especially Erica, when you came back and Brian was upside down and you were like, what is going on? Probably. Is that what you were thinking? Like,
well, like I said, cancer, the one word I had for today was that cancer is unexpected. So
yes.
For those of you, I'd love to hear in the chat, what was something unexpected that has happened to you over the last month, week, year?
Hi, Brian.
Hey, can you hear me? No good, right?
We can hear you.
Okay, all right.
Erica, can you hear Brian?
I can, yes.
Okay.
Okay, wow.
So
here
we go. Here we go. We're all here. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll.
Let me ask you one other question. I'm looking at myself right side up. Are you seeing me right side up?
We are seeing you the right side. We can hear you. We can see you. You're not upside down. You're not sideways. Everything is correct. Yes.
Like a screaming goat right now, but I don't know. If nothing else, we had some laughs today, and that's good. We got to laugh because but
laughter is definitely important when it comes to cancer, right, Brian? Humor.
I agree. I definitely agree. It's where my journey here, and just talk about it and go from I was born, but I mean I'll go back to last year if you like. Tell you.
Yes.
About when I got
yeah. Brian, why don't you start? So you were diagnosed with mantle cell lymphoma last year in 2021. So what was life like before you got diagnosed with cancer?
Well, it wasn't a bowl of cherries. It wasn't like they say. It's not. I was relatively healthy and ups and downs like everyone else. I just got through 2020, and I said to myself, "Wow, I didn't get sick. I was feeling good. I was feeling excited about the new year. So it was January 2000. Let me be an adult for once in my life and go ahead and get a blood work done." So that's what I did. I went to the doctors, and my I was because of a history of diabetes in my family, but my white blood cell count was elevated, and I thought it was it was almost double in 9, and I thought that was very bad, but it gets so it it's only supposed to be 10 or 11. I'm very, of course, I have a love-hate relationship with technology, as you can see today. It doesn't work all the time, but it's like I would get, I got before I saw my doctor, I got notifications that my white blood cell count was high, and I was like in the car at that point too. I think I spend 25 hours a day in this car, but it's all right. I am grateful and blessed. My cousin is a cancer survivor and my godmother as well. So it's like I reached out to her and I said, here are the results. My white blood cell count is at 16.9, and it's she said, well, maybe I have a cold and your body's fighting off this cold. His body, is fighting off that's white blood count is rising because it's fighting off the back. It's fighting it off. And I said, well, that sounds great. I was going to have a follow-up with my doctor on Monday to discuss my results. So I talked to the doctor on Monday. This is back again when we talked about my counts, and she conferred with my cousin maybe 30 days from now, 30 days we'll retest. Hopefully everything will be better. And we'll go from there. And I was like, yeah, I'll be normal again, whatever normal. I just, that's what I was hoping. So that whole month, I walked around like nothing. We got a cold, and I'm going to be better in 30 days. So 30 days came and got my retest, and the number was even higher. So that's in there. So now we're talking about the 49. I'll keep going. So now my doctor said to me, she's a hematologist. And I said, sounds great. I want to get better. Right now, I know at that point in my life, I didn't even know what a hematologist. I was very, very cancer naive. And I always say that I was cancer naive. So I will go ahead and go see a hematologist. And I looked up the hematologist. I looked up the doctor / oncologist. And now my heart just really sank because, I was just like, oh, no, it's getting real now. It's like I knew what an oncologist was. I didn't know what a hematologist was. And I went there. Actually, I went by myself, too, which was another mistake. Yeah. So now we're talking about in March of 2021. I go over there. I walked through the parking lot, and on the side of the building, I saw a cancer center. It just looked like it was, and I was just like here I am by myself walking through this parking lot, thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna die already. So the doctor, very patient, good manner, very friendly. He felt me, did an exam, and he said, I don't feel any. I don't feel extended. This is your spleen doesn't feel out of. It doesn't feel bigger than it should. I got some good. He said, I think you're going to be okay. I think did some more. He set me up for some more testing, and I went and more tests. At this point, he told me that you have some type of blood cancer, and I didn't, and I didn't. I had to do one more test. It's either going to be a chronic lymphocytic leukemia or mantle cell lymphoma. He said CLL. It's more easier to manage, and it's more common than mantle cell. We had to do this one more test. You'll get the results. So I thought, okay, the CLL, what the doctor thinks it's going to be more manageable. It's less rare. And I really only been telling my family about this, and I didn't really have anything else to tell. But so it was a Friday night in May. Again, I was sitting at home. It was a Friday night, and my phone dings again. Here comes the technology. My phone dings again with my blood work. Thinking, okay, this is going to be the CLL, and I can go ahead and tell my family we're going with this. But it said mantle cell. So an app told me. I know I told you before, Tim. An app told me I had doctor told me this again. So it's just like, God, now it's like, again, my love-hate relationship. I have this, now I have this MCL. And to be honest, I went through my second opinion Friday night, and I went for my second opinion with Dr. Google. And Dr. Google. Doctor 60s get diagnosed with this and live 5 to 7 years. That's it. And that's what I saw. I said, well, I'm 49. I'm not supposed to manage. But what I did was I went online. I went on social media that night, and I support groups, so mantle cell lymphoma support groups, people who I never wanted, that I connected with. And some were, I had heard these things about watching weight. Some people were what they call watching weight. Some were in treatment, and some were a lot of things. It's funny because I say it's the first thing they told me was not to Google too late for that. I already have myself as dying here, but it has been.
Hey Brian, can I just stop you for 1 minute?
Please.
Thanks. So, first of all, thanks for sharing all of that. So you really had no idea at first that it was cancer, right?
No, I had
No.
no symptoms whatsoever. I wanted to get myself checked. I wanted to see how
Right.
I was doing, you know?
So then what was your reaction to when you found out, right? When you used Dr. Google and found out what a hematologist was, and when you saw like the big cancer sign on the side of the building, like what was going through your mind and your heart?
Just, this is it. This is real. I'm just going to die, and, life will go on, you know? That's what I thought, because I don't have much history of cancer in my family at all. My grandmother had a form of cancer a long time ago, but as far as my niece's husband was a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but I would see people on social media talking about having cancer, and I would feel bad, and I'd say, well, that was pretty much the extent. And, I heard those words, you have a form of cancer, all of a sudden it just kind of struck a bell, and it hit me right there. This is where I'm at. I have to do something. I don't want to keep cutting you off, Tim or Erica, if you guys want.
Okay. I think Erica's going to ask you a question now.
Yeah. So, I mean, this sounds really, really challenging and quite the sudden news that you were not expecting. But Brian, we're sitting here looking at you and you look great. So tell us about your treatment plan and how are you doing now? Because I know you've seen multiple oncologists over time. So tell us a little bit about treatment and how you're doing now.
Okay. All right, great. So back in May, you have this Mantle. By this point, my brother had been going with me my appointments, so I wasn't going alone. My doctor said to me, you have this mantle cell lymphoma, not super high. He told me about watching weight and explained to me to be honest with you, the idea of something growing and bigger was not too. It didn't feel good, it was like proactive. But I was listening to what he said, and I said this to him. He said, you might not have to get this. He said, I did say I wanted to go for a second opinion. I had found a specialist that someone had recommended me in one of these support groups. He said, okay, or we can go across to one of his colleagues, a doctor, in that case. But I went for the second opinion, and I went for a whole bunch of testing, biopsies, and all this other fun stuff, these tests. But an opinion with the doctor, he said to me, on this MCL, the mantle cell lymphoma scale, 15% of those that have it are very indolent cases, and 15% are very. You're in neither one of those two categories. You're kind of on this lower end of the indolent, not as very indolent. He said he recommended me starting treatment within a couple months. So I said, you know what? Here's another catch. I decided I was going to drive across the country because I didn't think I was going to be around much in the country. So I did. I hopped in the car, and I said, when I get back October, so we're getting started 2021. I was supposed to start treatment in October 2021. So we're going to start. He had prescribed. He wanted a certain type of treatment. They're called BTK inhibitors, but it was good to me. I wanted to get better at this point. So in October, I got I started finding out that denying these treatments because they're not the basic chemotherapy. They say it's not the front lymphoma. So this was in October, and that went on, and they went on from October till January of 2000. They're still getting denied, still getting up every week from the insurance company, and the doctors were saying they didn't know what to do. I got contacted by a third oncologist in January of this year, 2000. I went over to see him. This is number 3, so I'm getting used to this by now. And what was going on? He said the insurance company, they require this basic chemotherapy for the first 3 other, him and the 2 other oncologists were saying it was a better deal on this this targeted treatment, but TK inhibitor and the other meds. So he said that's going to work better for you. Your age, because you're in most of the patients, which made me feel pretty good. I haven't been called that in a while, but I just this is where I want to be. So he told me this. He said he believes he knows that Memorial Sloan Kettering, who's running a clinical trial with similar to this. I said, great. I'm ready to get treated. My numbers, blood cell count had gone up to over 180 at that point, So, and over a year later, a little over a year later, was up to 180. So he emailed Dr. Anita Kumar at Memorial Sloan Kettering, who tell about me, and the next I got contacted, and I went up there to start more tests. Oncologist number 4 at this point. But February 3rd, Dr. was accepted on the clinical trial if I wanted to start. I could start that day, and I put my head down on her desk in her office, and I started crying because I knew I had the opportunity, and that I always say like 85% of depression right then and there. And I've been on a healing journey since then. So there's peaks and valleys, but I'm getting better, and I'm feeling better physically, spiritually, and mentally as well. The mental aspect has been really rough with this. I'm not saying I don't have mental depression now. It's in a while, but we're getting a lot better. I feel like I'm rambling. I want you guys to jump in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thanks for sharing all of that. I mean, that must be so challenging to have to. I mean, you're going through cancer alone, and that part alone, the physical challenges, the mental challenges, but then to go through 4 oncologists until you find the oncologist that you want to and can go through with. That alone must have been such a challenge for you.
Yeah.
So Brian, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
I always say you're not just my healer. You're my BFF. Kumar's my BFF, and I actually had the opportunity, and I feel to speak with her earlier this month at the. We'll get to that. I know you want. Well, okay. Well, November 1st, I had spoken at this about the Clinical Trials Society in New Jersey, an in-person event, and that was great. I got to speak on the same panel with folks from LLS. I'm jumping a little bit. There's time in.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there, but that's awesome. You got to speak at this Leukemia and Lymphoma Society event, right? And Dr. Kumar was there, and you got to share your story in person.
Yes.
Is that the first time you got to do that in person, Brian, or had you done that before?
I was supposed to do this in September in person.
Yes.
But,
you were. Yes.
I was supposed to be on this show, and things happened, and I'm here today. Yeah. Somehow we made it through. It's been a comedy. The word I'm thinking, but it worked out. We're here today. It's a good day. Screaming goat and everything. Yeah.
Screaming goat and all. Yeah. So Brian, you often write on social media and you say in your videos, Brian wins today and cancer loses. How did you come up with this phrase, and what does it mean to you?
Like this, let's say Brian and many others win today, cancer loses. With that, I'll take another 24. I've won today. I won yesterday when I went to bed. I did win. And it is a fight, and it's like a physical fight every day, but the battle in my head, because this year where I just, I was mentally getting defeated by cancer in general. Truly was. The insurance company, I don't know how physically sick I was getting. When I'm looking at myself here on my phone here, and when I looked at myself as the face of cancer, that's what I saw. And I had plenty of people tell me, they said, "Oh, you don't know what does sick look like?" I just know that I know, to me, I look sick. Now I don't see the face of cancer, so that's a good step. So to me, that's kind of, that's winning small. It might be small battles, small victories to some, but to some they're. So that's what I mean by winning each day. It's like I didn't lose the fight, but mentally or emotionally as well. That's how I look.
Brian, how important is laughter as a part of the cancer journey?
Okay, laughter. They always say laughter is the best. I think laughter is great to me. I have to, because it's like I was crying last year. Now sometimes there's a defense mechanism where it's like, oh yeah, I can pretend to be happy and laugh and realize it's like the whole comedy of errors when this first started. My all the snow in Minneapolis and everything. It's like I gotta laugh. Not life is not taking me seriously, and I'm not going to take life seriously. My father used to say, "Want to make God plans," and that's true. That is true. These are not what the plans I had, but I have to see the brighter side of it, the silver lining of things in a way. I know when
definitely.
I was. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah.
Myself, I'm talking about. I'm afraid I can't get the microphone to come back on.
Oh, you're fine. We could hear you.
Okay, so
Fine.
Laughter is, it gets me through basically. It realizing, because it's like I realize this, and I see other things. I realize I'm not a lot worse than I do. I have a really good, strong support system of what I call brothers and sisters on this journey I never wanted to be on. Here, folks. Here, I LinkedIn. And it's like I don't know. I think I said this at the beginning of the month. I've just kind of fallen. Being so cancer naive my whole life. Now it's just like all I really want. I want to work with others and spend time with others whose lives have been affected by whether as a patient, a warrior, a caretaker, and been there for me. It's time, and I need to get back. I always say it may have taken me 50 in this lymphoma to realize what I want to be when I grow up. So
what do you want to be when you grow up then now?
Well, one thing I want to be is cancer free. I still have cancer, but it doesn't have me right now. But I still have it, and I go for another CAT scan on January 4th. So we'll find out more information. What I want to do is doing this, because working with others, with this talk I'm doing right now, if I can reach just one other person, that's a beautiful thing, That's what I want to be. It's just be someone to help someone else. If I can hope, then that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing, not a good thing.
For sure.
Helping others right now, You're helping me. You're helping me get my voice to be heard. Technically, earlier you were helping me too. Well, you're showing me how to get the microphone on. See, there's a good laughter.
Oh my gosh.
Right there. We got to keep laughing.
Yes.
We're going to be a screaming. I want to get one of those screaming goats. I'm going to come back out to I told you I was out in Minneapolis last year. and want to come out this year. I want to get a
Oh my gosh. Well, we want to thank everyone who's tuning in. We're here on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. Our guest is Brian O'Sullivan. We want to thank Russ Hedges here. He says, "You are a warrior, Brian." Amanda says, "Laughter is the best medicine." Definitely. Bill Bradford is here. He says, a quick hello back to you, Bill. Thanks for being here. Mary Hopkins is here. She says, "Love you, my brother, Brian." Marielle is here. She says, "Good afternoon, Tim. Great day to all." And with lots of emojis. I love that. Thanks for all the emojis. We appreciate them. Emily Harmon was here. She had to go, but thank you for being here, Emily. Mark Kageyama is here. Joe Tower is here. Jennifer Graves is here. Risa is here. So many people are here. Angela Radcliffe. Thank you all who are here. Brian, so one of the challenges that comes with cancer is the financial challenge, right? It's expensive to have cancer, whether it's, treatments you have to go through or medication or traveling or gas or that kind of thing. Could you talk about what that experience has been like for you in your journey?
Okay. Yes, definitely. It still is. And it adds to depression sometimes as well, because not only oncologist, that means I go for different sets of testing at each oncologist. Quick testing. I'm learning a whole new vocabulary, by the way, with cancer as well. So I guess that's a silver vocabulary. I know, like when I would look on my insurance, the bills, it's like, oh my God, the bills are out. But as people told me, they said, and the bills can wait, and that's true. But I am grateful. I am blessed. I've grants from Memorial Sloan Kettering, as well as healing me. They've given me a few grants and lodging, which is nice. And I one day, last year on my birthday month, this year, we're still in 2022. I had a little fundraiser and raised some money. We'll do that again. Keep giving those grants to other people. But so healing me, also helping me financially with the travel and stuff, and Ella with copays. Now I'm on a copay. Anyway,
with LLS.
Yes, I was able to get
that's great,
some copay assistance through them as well. But there's still the other tests, the other bills are there. That's something I'll work on in the future. We'll get there a day at a time. We'll get through those bills. It's like I said, get healthy today. And the clinical trial is wonderful, and I owe to all that's involved with that clinical trial, including Memorial Sloan Kettering, including Massachusetts, Beijing, and Roche Genentech. They've been I'm truly grateful for this trial, because otherwise the medication, we know, and I was denied by the insurance. So I'm grateful to be on these provided free to me. I'm actually grateful for more than one reason. Well, also, as I'm getting others by my results, by me getting better, it's helping, future. That's how I look at it. It's helping pave the way for future for these medication to help us.
That is so true, Brian. Thank you for that, because if you're in a clinical trial, you're paving the way for others. Thank you. And special shout out to all of the organizations that have supported you financially. I couldn't go without saying that Pinky Swear Foundation does that as well for children battling cancer. And I believe it is direct impact can help, financial direct impact can help health outcomes. So kudos to those organizations, and thank you. So Brian, you've been sharing your story on social media, and that's what everybody is loving. What inspired you to do this, and when did you start?
Well, let's see. Last year in May of 2021, when I got diagnosed with cancer, and I put that out there anyway. But I didn't have, let's see, right in May 2000, put that out there on Facebook first, and Instagram, and I just wanted people to know where I was. Denials. This was before this, and I started putting in a little bit here and there, like when I was development. But and then I said I drove across the country. I drove from New Jersey all out west, and I wanted to see the country. And sometimes I think why it took me so long, but it took what it took, and I was great why I went, because again, I didn't think I was going to. All I had was that stuck in my head that I was going to live, and I said I want to see this before I got too sick. I don't know what, That's what I said. I'm not worried tomorrow as much as today I win. It's a good day. When I was driving across the country, I was putting pictures of that and posting about that. And when I finally got accepted on the trial and I started healing this year, I started putting on LinkedIn to find other people who were warriors, and see, I said maybe I could find other people in here ago when I was thought I was thriving with work wise, but here I am, which is a bigger job for me, and so I thought I would find some other warriors on there, and I did. I connected with others who are helping others, like yourselves, who are doing it, and just and other people who are. And I said, well, this could be a great opportunity for me to help as connect with those in the cancer journey that I always say I didn't want to be on this. I did not want to be on this, but now it's like I feel also locally, and I know this is my calling. This is my calling right here.
Yeah.
And plan on doing it for the rest of my life, whenever day that may be, So it's been a great outlet for me to go on social media, to realize, especially with mantle cell lymphoma, which I never heard of. I can't say I wish I hadn't heard of it. But I've also met this illness that was so rare and weird to me. It was just like, but social media. Another thing with social media is I've connected to people on other parts of the world, like in Australia. So if it's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep because the depression is kicking in, 3 p.m. in Australia, I can pick up the phone and call someone through WhatsApp that I know is dealing with. So that's helped out. With social media has brought a lot of help that way as well. So I think that I answered enough for you.
That's great. Yeah, definitely. So Brian, what advice would you give to somebody who's been recently diagnosed with cancer?
Look for support, but not Google. Trust me, I've already done that for you. I've already done those nightmares, but I know people anymore, and I can't speak for anybody else, but I know for myself that someone can sit there and tell that I'm going to do it, but the best thing I can is just to connect with others who dealing with the same exact cancer, because I didn't realize how many cancers there were, and they're all, but just to maybe slow down and don't listen to your head. Maybe don't listen to a lot of things. I know what my head was telling me, so that's a big advice. Other people who've been there.
Yeah, Brian, I think that's excellent advice, because I think cancer is obviously a physical journey, but it is a mental battle. And so I think you've been really articulate and vulnerable about those challenges, and I thank you for that. So Brian, we always like to ask this question is, what is your one word perspective on cancer? It can be hard to get to that one word, but what's your word for today?
My word for today is my one word, awareness.
Is what?
Awareness.
Awareness.
Aware.
Aware.
Like I said, I was cancer naive, and now it's like I'm aware that there's all dealing with this, and not just dealing with cancer, but those who caretake for, who help others, and more than one way. So to be aware, and not as it was before, because I didn't really want to know about cancer, but now it's like just I met up with some of my brothers in Philadelphia area, because I'm going to give them a plug, Man Up to Cancer, and you can go manuptocancer.com, and I connected with some locals in the Philadelphia area and hung out. We actually went up the steps of the Philadelphia Art Museum. And I'll say this, Rocky wasn't up there. Rocky Balboa wasn't on the steps, but some badass warriors. So I'll say that right there, So awareness, just
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw your guys' video the other day there's a Facebook group, right, for Man Up to Cancer.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
All right, Tim,
so
your
cool.
turn. What's your one word for perspective?
This is always so hard, and I always don't think about it throughout the whole conversation, and then I'm like, oh crap. I don't know. I guess journey. I mean, it's like there's highs, there's lows, it's a roller coaster, right? I guess I'll go with journey.
Yeah, I like that.
Journey.
I like that.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with mine.
Erica?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with mine this week, which is unpredictable. And we started that off because, technology. But Brian, your story also leads me to feel like it's unpredictable. Like you didn't have any clue at the beginning, where that white blood cell count was going. And, the unpredictability of multiple oncologists, and even the unpredictability of how much of a mental battle cancer can be, let alone the physical one. So for me, it's really unpredictable. And I think all of us would agree. We've heard many stories of people in a cancer journey, to use your word, Tim, but everyone is unique. Every single one is unique. So every single one does inherently become unpredictable. So that's my word for today.
Love it. Well, thank you, Brian, for sharing your story. Is there anything else that you want to say before we bid you farewell?
Yeah, I would love to reach out to anyone on this journey who feels they're alone. And Tim, I wonder if you could go ahead and post my link right there to get a hold of me. My link tree, where YouTube channel. I'm trying to reach out everywhere. Like, you can just reach out to me, great, right here through LinkedIn or Facebook as well. But alone, that we don't need to be alone, and even if we think we're alone. Pledging my support to anyone that I want to help. There's been so much help. I just keep going a day at a time, winning each day, and help others. There's somebody been there to help me. So before I start rambling or chemo braining out, I'm going to say thanks again. So I'm on this clinical trial for a total of 2 years, and it started in February. As I'm getting better, I'll get more results in January. As I want a happy holidays, and for those who celebrate, and there's to a happy 23 for us all.
Absolutely. Brian,
Same
you have an
to you,
inspirational
Brian.
story. Brian wins, cancer loses. I love it.
No, Brian, and then the other, not all about me anymore. So, yeah.
Wow, that speaks to your character, Brian. It speaks to your character. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Brian. We really appreciate you showing up.
I'm so glad.
Happy holidays, Brian.
Before we were talking about, have to cancel. It did work out, so I'm grateful to be here. And go though.
Oh,
we did it. We all made it.
We did it. Tim, Brian is such a generous soul. And I think, just the last couple of minutes of that interview where he was just saying, hey, you don't have to be alone. Reach out to me, connect with me. That is so generous from someone who's already in an existing battle. I was really moved by that.
Oh, me too. And if you look on his social media, I don't know how he goes all these places, but you always see photos of him in person with other people who are going through cancer as well, him having selfies with other people, which is so amazing. So yeah, thank you, Brian, for being on the show for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you all of you who always show up each week to support our guests, to support each other. We appreciate all of you. And we are always looking for guests. We won't be here in December, but we are still looking for guests for January and beyond. So if you would like to be a guest on Showing Up, send me a direct message and would love to have a conversation with you to discuss having you on the show. Definitely.
Yeah, it looks like Mary Hopkins is already raising her hand here.
Oh, awesome.
That's amazing, Mary. Yeah, send a message to Tim and we'll get you on.
Yeah, send me a message. Great. Thank you, Mary. And thanks for being here at the show today.
Yeah.
Over to you, Erica.
Yeah, so as a reminder, we will be taking some self-care break in December. My goal is to enjoy the holidays. I'll be very vulnerable and say last year I struggled in the holidays. So thank you, Tim, and everyone. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back in January, though. Back strong for 2023. Our first guest will be on January 3rd. I'm really excited about this personally. It is Dr. Kelly McLean, and she is a breast surgical oncologist and the board president of the nonprofit called Move Beyond Surviving. She's also one of the breast cancer survivors who has participated in the program. So I will say that one is going to hit this woman pretty hard. I'm really looking forward to that conversation and looking forward to 2023.
Yeah, me too. And it's actually going to be her and one of the survivors from the program. So we're actually going to have two guests on that show, Erica. Yes. I think it's our first time having two guests on the show.
Double the excitement, Tim.
Maybe that's something we could do more of in 2023, have multiple guests on the show at once.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
Live brainstorming.
Love that idea.
Yes. So thank you everyone for showing up for all of our shows in 2022. It's 2022, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the year, and it's going to be 2023. So thanks for all your support. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate all of you. And we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to give a special thanks and shout out to you, Tim, for this show and to everybody in the community. I'm seeing so many great comments and so many people that are new. Welcome, and just have an amazing holiday season. We'll see you in January.
Yeah, definitely. It's really weird. It's going to be really weird not to have any shows for a month. That's really weird. I know. Yeah.
Just call me anytime. Anybody call me. Message me on LinkedIn.
Just call Erica. Just call her.
Just call me.
You know what time it is? Do you know what time it is?
It is time to dance, Tim. Let's do it.
Boogie. Here we go.